Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer and we are playing Strategic Command. We played the Soviets last time, now it's time to turn to the Western Allies and see what we can do over here. So, firstly in the North Sea, I think we are out of luck again. As it is snowing in Scotland, it seems like our fighters over here cannot reach the battle cruisers of the Germans up here. So that is a little bit unfortunate. There is something that we could do about that though, and that is we can move out our carrier over here and start to bomb the Gneiss now. We are receiving some losses in our air crews, but all in all that seems to be fine, because we are inflicting a lot more damage than we are taking over here. So that is very good. We do have a couple of battleships hanging around over here, but I am concerned that somewhere over here there should be a German battleship. So I think we also should be aware that there is some submarine, some German submarine somewhere along this area. And it might well be going in for an attack on the shipping up there. Haven't found it over here. That is interesting. So, who should engage the battle cruiser then? Again, our aircraft over here can't do that, so seeing that there should really be a German battleship over here, let's bring in our destroyers home first, and there we go, that is the Tirpitz. Whoa! I would have hoped that our destroyer has some time to spot these guys before they engage. Let's make sure to engage them while we can. Damage evaded, that is very nice to see. So in fact we have conducted a strike on the Tirpitz over here with our aircraft, and that is a fantastic result actually. So let's think about how we can maximize that damage. We do have this battleship up here, and I do think it's prudent to bring you up over here and exchange fire with these guys. Maybe before we do that, let's move out our carrier over here from Rosind. Of course, the original plan was to reinforce your air squadron, but since we can't be able to, don't seem to be able to do that, let's continue like such. Bring you up over here. Ooh, this heavy cruiser is also very heavily damaged, the Prince Eugene. Still, I want to go for the battleship. You don't have another strike, I think? No, you don't. So we do have these other battleships. Okay, let's bring in this battleship. Exchange fire over here. Sink the Tirpitz, evade any damage. That is a fantastic result. That is extremely good for us. So, some destroyers down here. Didn't we have heavy cruisers as well? Yeah, we do have a heavy cruiser over here. So, let's bring in the heavy cruiser towards the Norwegian coast. Ooh. I did not expect to find submarines over here. But let's fire on the heavy cruiser. There we go. Did manage to strike them. We can withdraw. And that is a very, very good result for us over here so far. That does leave us with this battleship. So you are out of moves, right? Well, out of strikes at the very least. So let's send this battleship out towards over here and strike the guys now. And I didn't quite catch how much damage we did over there. How much is it? It's only at 1 strength. This battleship has spent all of its movement points. This light cruiser really needs to be reinforced. There's no way around that. This battleship, no strike. This battleship, no strike. This battleship, no strike. This carrier, no strike. This heavy cruiser has a strike left. And of course a battle cruiser is stronger than... Oh, but we can use our naval bombers from over here, so I think that is what indeed we are going to do. We could have conducted a strike on the Norwegian coast over here as well. Oh well, nevertheless, we did manage to sink 3 capital German ships, so I can't be unhappy about that in the slightest. Right, can we bring in some of these guys towards friendly bases though? We can send this battleship to Ambrose, which I think we do need to do. And this battleship only can get to Scapa because that port is occupied, so might as well send it to Scapa Flow. And then we do have a couple of destroyers, so these destroyers over here, bring them to over here, conduct some attacks on these submarines, and that should be helpful. And again, none of you can do any attacks. That is okay. These submarines need to, destroyers need to come back. These destroyers need to reinforce. And these submarines we will keep where they are. So we do have another group of tactical bombers over here, which I guess we should be moving closer to the coast, so that we can cover more of the North Sea with these guys. And that should be fine. So not much more that we can do against these ships over here. These battleships then should be brought back to Scapa Flow. That's fine, you can go into Scapa. These heavy cruisers, you can come back to Rosint. These destroyers are isolated, but all in all, I think it's such a good move that we can live with that. Oh, these destroyers also have some movement points left, so let's bring it down here. Oh, movement points but no strike. Unfortunate. Okay, that's alright. So that is a very good move over here. Let's make sure we are scouting out this area, the Skagerrak region, and that's fine. We also found a German submarine over here, which I think is the one that did damage the Canadian transports. So let's make sure to bring some damage home to you. Submarine dives from attack. There we are. Again. So, these destroyers can come up over here and hopefully do some damage. Didn't go where I expected it to. It is over here. Yeah, these guys are really hard to damage. They should be running out of luck. Oh, they even managed to damage us dramatically. So these destroyers really low on strength and on capabilities. So you're in fact gonna come home, and that should be fine. These battleships likewise really in urgent need of repairs, so let's bring you home. And then we do have a couple of American destroyers. Belligerents. Oh, you are not belligerent. Okay, so what we need to do then is, I guess, in diplomacy, declare war on Germany. Yes, please. Here we go. Now you can attack. That's very nice. So we're in dire storm attack. Yeah. There we go. There is the enemy contact once again. Just look at how many destroyers attack these guys, and they still haven't suffered a tiny bit. That's really pathetic. Bringing our battleship over here. How far can we get with these transports? We might be safe over here. You can't attack these guys, so let's try to use our carriers. These are invulnerable. All of these attacks, and nothing did anything. Oh my. Okay. Have to live with some of these results sometimes. Let's bring up these destroyers. towards the center of the Mediterranean. Let's have a look at North Africa then. So, looks like it's mostly raining in the Mediterranean, which is of course not great for us. We do have some desert fighters over here, some Air Force units. So yeah, I do think that it makes the most sense to try and strike the tanks over there, which we did fairly successfully, I have to say, over here. Let's use the Indian tanks to conduct more of a strike, which is also going very good. Where's the supply better? Over here, I guess. It's relatively equal. So you can come over here. Then what we can do is bringing the desert anti-tank, conduct a strike over there, come back, bring in our tanks, conduct an attack, and we've finally finished off the German tanks. So that is very lovely to see. We are now breaking in over there, extending our supplies, and importantly reducing the supplies that the enemy can take over there, and that is very fine and good. So that does also leave us with the capability of striking over here next turn. We do have some shells that we could use on the Africa reconnaissance over there. Maybe pin them in a little bit more strongly. Yeah, that should be fine. These fighters, I mean, all of you guys are fine, so I don't think we need to do too much over here. Let's use our light cruisers to scout for some Italians. Although I think we pretty much damaged most of their surface fleet. Are you actually on hunting? No, you're on silent. Okay, that's fine. I don't need you to hunt per se. I just want to know where their ships are. They are in port. That's not too surprising, so I think that's fine. Could take the time over here to ooh, look at that. Enemy tactical bombers that we can attack this way. So yeah, let's definitely use that opportunity to shell Germans. Didn't do too much for us. Could attack with the... Ooh, we could attack with fighters from the aircraft, and that does seem to do a lot of damage. We're also going to use the heavy cruisers from over here, just to soften them up before. And then use... Yeah, that is a good result. And another one? Can I attack with these guys as well? Yes, I can. Shattered! Very nice. So yeah, there we go. German tactical bombers done for. That I call a very, very good result. We would also have had these guys left. So the Hood battle cruiser, where can we put you? Oh, I think the first thing I want to check is over here. Can we reinforce? We cannot reinforce from Kuwait. So we actually, to reinforce our ships, we actually need to come back all the way towards the UK. At least above an 8. Which is unfortunate, but probably okay for game balance reasons. So let's bring in our carrier over here so you can be reinforced. This heavy cruiser can come into Alexandria, and you guys can come down here so you can start shelling these guys. Fine, very lovely, very, very lovely indeed. Oh, you have another attack ready. Don't need to do that right now. These fighters here could be reinforced. These naval bombers can't really do anything. So yeah, I guess we can reinforce you as well. Except we can't because of the supply situation probably, so yeah, that's fine. Still a very, very good turn over here. I like the fact that we did manage to break through with the tanks. You can't attack because it's raining. So let's reinforce you. Let's bring in the artillery and hope that that is enough to destroy them. Next turn, collect some minor damage on them. And over here again, there's nothing much that we can do that does help us over here. We can upgrade these guys finally. And that is something. Okay, I should probably have moved you around a little bit more. Bring you over there, you over there. These attacks are not really pointful, so I think I'll keep doing that for now. And so yeah, Mediterranean covered. Let's move east over here. Japan is still not at war against some of the major allies, so I do need to be mindful of that. I'm gonna advance down there. You can probably advance via this way to the area over here. Expand some of these approaches over there. Attack Haiku. Move back. Move forward, attack. Nice! Now we can move in, gather these supplies, and they should be fine over there. And that does mean that all of that area should be pretty fine. So we can deal with Korea. Let's kill these guys off at Busan. Of course, a very historically important site in the actual Korean War. Over here, could make some progress against these guys. Over here, everything has been captured. Let's move up over there. Just grab some territory. I think over here they might still have some forces, yeah. So let's upgrade these guys to better infantry weapons. And you know what? These guys too, the special forces. Likewise with this army. Everyone here is fine. The fighters are fine. Speaking of fighters, we should probably bring down these guys towards over here. So that they can start to do some things. You're gonna get over there. You know what? We are gonna move you a little bit more quickly over towards this sort of area. Because I think historically that would make some sense. To concentrate maybe on Communist China now. And we have this garrison type unit, which I think should come down here. Next time we will be able to switch that around. Yeah, and this is a fine result down there. You can come guard this area. Yeah, and you are making your way to the old Emperor city of UA. You're fine, you're fine. There's nothing to be captured over here. Let's bring you home, actually. Over here, do we even want to initiate these attacks? Yes, we do. Because we are getting favorable exchanges over here. And that is important. Good. Yeah, and all of you, good. Well, you could move up. You can move in there, so that's fine. Good. Fighters. Keep you over here for now. Cover this port area. Yeah, I think that's alright. And the rest of China is also fine. Nearly have covered that area. And we are moving down on Saigon, so that is good as well. Over here, all of these guys are ready or upgraded, so I appreciate that. And I think that is good. Right, so we have these special forces. Is there any point in getting Japan involved more in the war? I mean, they should be dropping in national morale extremely quickly. 39%. I'm not sure at what point they would surrender. But yeah, they don't really have any particular target over here that does need to come over there. Oh, these are American forces. Right, so let's keep the British forces over here. And keep them ready around Singapore. It's not block the harbour though, so that's fine. These guys could be upgraded, but I don't need them now. Could move them to Europe, of course. Get them ready for potential invasion of Italy. I think that would make sense. So, pretty much reinforce all of these guys. The Anzac Corps. Corps. Okay, that's fine. And if we do that, then it probably makes sense to bring down our light forces here as sort of an escort. Look at all of these Japanese. What are you guys up to? An overstrength special forces unit. Yeah, the Japanese are definitely up to something. I spot 4 amphibious landing groups. Interesting. Very, very interesting. You moved already, so that's fine. All of you guys have just been reinforced. So let's have a look at the Americans. Down here, everything certainly seems to be fine. There's a heavy cruiser, the Augusta, which I guess we'll need to send home towards our bases to be reinforced. This destroyer squadron should be maybe scouting out a little bit. And that's fine. And then what have we got over here? So you need to be upgraded, the battleship, to better naval weaponry. You know what? Let's reinforce these guys first. Sorry, reinforce. Reinforce. Oh, and we wanted to check on what is actually, where the production technology actually reduces the upgrade costs for a carrier. So 4 naval weaponry, 2 fighter, and 1... Nope, it does not, so we could have upgraded right away. Just did not know that. Okay, let's bring the carriers forward. At least the upgraded ones. And then upgrade that heavy cruiser, better naval weapons. Yes, definitely. Pretty much always something that we would like to do. Special forces need better weapons. But only better weapons. I don't really think the Marines here need more mobility. So that is fine. You should probably get into some sort of port over here. Yeah, let's get you over there. You're getting into the bay area as well. So that sets up a very nice upgrade program for our naval weapons. And the heavy cruiser can get up here. Battleship can get into this port. And the submarines can start to scout ahead for our bases. Can I upgrade you? No, I cannot. Still, let's get it close towards Japan. See whether there's anything there that we should take into account as the US. Anything else? No, that about covers it over here. Down in this area, I think we are roughly speaking fine. Were you maybe on that tile? I don't know. Okay, the fighters are fine. Can scout ahead a little bit. But that doesn't seem to do too much. Upgrade these special forces for better weapons. Fine. And that's it. So, on the American East Coast then, yeah, we can simply upgrade you. Upgrade the heavy cruiser. Upgrade all of these infantries and aircraft. And there's more or less it. So, bring in the battleship over here. The destroyer. We're mainly concerned about the naval weaponry, but... well, or speaking the other way, we are not really concerned about the naval weaponry of the light cruisers, of the destroyers, but mainly concerned about the anti-submarine warfare technology. And so let's have a look at the research of the Americans. And let's research anti-submarine warfare technology. We are actually going to spend quite a bit on that. We're going to get a little bit of a boost from the UK, and that should be fine. But other than that, what else do we need? We are researching advanced weapons, we are researching more naval weaponry, advanced fighters are good. Advanced tanks would be nice, armored warfare would be nice, command and control would be extremely good. And production technology I don't think is required, logistics no. All of these we will keep as is for now, so we don't need to do an upgrade there. And we are not really allowed to spend much more anyway, just 125 points, so maybe command and control. Do we have that as the UK? No. Okay, so let's spend it as the US so that the UK later on can catch up to that maybe, and that should be fine. Anti-aircraft defenses might have been nice as well, but that's about it. Okay, so that covers things as the US. What is the production for the US looking like? We do get a headquarter, we do get an army, we do get some bombers, and a couple of ships. UK also getting a couple of things. So I think it's time to build up the US forces a little bit more than we did. Actually, we were kind of relying on that too much. So let's buy an airship, because I think airships are cool. That will allow you to attack submarines, which I appreciate. We'll also increase your range a little bit, and then purchase that Zeppelin. We also do need more tanks, which are mobility and advanced tanks. I think these are good upgrades to have. Let's buy them. Special forces, paratroopers. Paratroopers might be nice. The 101st Airborne, certainly a very good purchase, I think. And I wish it would update that, but it doesn't, so I need to tap out here to see how much I have got left. Heavy artillery, rocket artillery, engineer, special forces, mechanized forces. Let's buy some of these. And then we are nearly out of equipment that we could buy. Heavy tanks might also have been nice. Maritime bombers, light cruisers, destroyers, all of that. Submarines, corps, garrisons. More mechanized forces. I think it's not a bad idea, although headquarters would also be good. Can't buy you with more mobility, so let's buy you normal, and that's fine. Now we should be nearly out of points as the US here. There we go. Ooh, I should have done diplomacy. Ah, too bad. Can we actually do diplomacy as China? No, we don't have any chits remaining. But we could do that as India. Although there is no natural target for us. Iraq? No. I think that's fine. Good. That does leave us a good position, I think, with the build-up of the US. We will be coming into force in 1942. Probably gonna make some landing vis-a-vis North Africa, and then that should be fine. I do feel very happy that we did manage to clear out these tanks in Africa. I think now we'll be able to much more easily threaten their supply lines. If we do take this town over here, all of these guys would be pretty much out of supply. And on the other hand, it does extend our supply, so that is good. And down here, this is still a horribly bad situation, so or a very difficult situation, more of a guerrilla war. And I'm extremely excited to see what's going on with the Japanese down there. They have so many ground forces in amphibious transports now, so it is even looking a little bit scary. Oh, we do have another submarine over here from the Americans, so you know what? I would like to scout ahead over here and find out what's going on. More special forces. I think they are preparing to strike us in to strike us in North America, but we'll have to see about that. We are, however, very close to clearing out all of their all of their mainland presence, including this third core down here, which should be running really low on supply very soon. And yeah, it's not even upgraded, so we should be able to push it back very easily. Should we do more research as China? I think China pretty much is out of research now. And mobility might be a very nice investment. But I think for now we are fine, so let's hold off for a second there, and think about that next time when we see how the frontier will develop over the winter, and in particular what the Third Army here in this situation is going to do. I think it's probably going to be annihilated, so I will have to see about that. That being said, thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.